G'day guys, welcome to another layout. Now, this one is slightly longer. It's not technical, but I wanted to show you just how easy it is to create this kind of look. Now, I'm using my compass, which is like $2 from Kmart, not an expensive tool whatsoever. I wanted to use the rainbow colors, but not necessarily as a rainbow, if that makes sense. So I wanted to dissect my paper into 4 sections, but not obviously 6 by 6. Like I wanted to do triangles, but I wanted it to have curves. Now, this is where I sort of start getting a little bit technical, I suppose you would sort of say. I'm measuring out, and you can see I'm just measuring the compass out to match the other lines, and that way everything is 1 inch wide. I think that makes a difference on a layout when you're going for the less is more look. You kind of end up with, if you've got things that are equal widths, it sort of is, in my opinion, it's more appealing to the eye, to my eye. I'll say my eye, because, you know, it's not necessarily everyone's cup of tea. And I know that it's not always something that everyone wants to do, but I thought if I showed you how I did this, and see, I even make mistakes and have to rub things out and start again. And just to show you that it's actually pretty simple, and it's just a different way of looking at your paper and your cardstock. This week I've tried to do a few layouts that you just start with white cardstock and build it from there. So use your mixed media to build up your layers, and that's what I did. Now, I did label all of these pieces before I started cutting them, because once they're cut, matching things up again could be difficult, and it would be annoying if I got it wrong. So I'm doing everything on this side, but then when it comes to adding color and all that sort of bizzo, I actually turn the pieces over. So I leave all this writing on the other side so I can see what I'm doing. So as I'm cutting it down, if you just keep following me, it makes sense as I'm going. So yeah. Now, it's supposed to warm up here today in Queensland. It's supposed to be 26, apparently. Well, it's 22 now, so, and it's only 10:40, so we might actually make 25, 26. Oh, it's saying 1 o'clock we're going to make it to 26. That'll be different. Queensland, we don't get very long winters, if we get anything that you would really call a winter. There's a couple of days in there that are a little bit cool, but pretty much by the time we get to the middle of August, most of our days have warmed back up again, which a lot of people love. I personally am not a huge fan of hot weather, so I prefer it to be a little bit cooler, but that's okay. It's all good. Now, what am I doing? I do want to let you all know, stick around to the very end, because yes, this video is 26 minutes long, but I think it was important to leave all of the process in. Even though I've sped it up, and you can see that I have sped this up, I'm leaving it all in so it's easy for you to follow. So all of these rings are 1 inch across. So then I decided, okay, so this sheet that I just put down is Vicky Bouton white foundation paper. I said that. Why do I always say that weird? Okay, it's Vicky Bouton's foundations paper, and it's the white one, not the black one, obviously. So I wanted to add a heap of Distress Oxide Spray and mix them together to get a variegated purple background. That's what I'm doing. I'm not actually adding water to it. I'm just spreading it around. So cleaning up as I go. This could become extremely messy. Now, I think it's at this point that I register in my brain, you have a splat box, Karen. You have one for a reason. This is just me dripping big water splotches to get some big splotches on there. And Distress Oxide Spray has the ability, it's water reactive, so you can oxidize it by adding water to it, and you can remove the color by adding water to it. So that's what I'm doing here. If I had left that on there just a little bit longer, it would have taken even more of the color off, but that was the effect I was going for. Now, if you're wondering why I have little gloves on my fingers, I have purchased these because secretly, I'm just going to let you know, I absolutely hate the feeling of the Distress Oxide. Once it's oxidized, it has a chalky feeling to it. And some days I don't have sensory issues, obviously. I do so many different arty, crafty, different things. But chalk is one of those things that it just, I can't explain it. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it on my skin and how it dries me out. So, and I also knew that I was going to be using my new VERSAFINE Clair inks, which are a super pigmented dark ink, and when you get that on your fingers, you can't get it off. So I was actually doing something after this, so I didn't want to go to that particular appointment with green, purple, yellow, red, black, whatever fingers. So I purchased them from, where did I get them from? Temu. That's where I ordered them from. I used to have them years ago, and because you don't need a whole glove, you just need your fingertips covered when you're doing certain things. And I saw these the other day and I thought, you know what, I'm going to get some more because I really liked having them and being able to do different things and pick things up in the craft room without getting the stain. Like if you are interested in the new Tim Holtz mica stains that are out, it's in the title. Stain. It's in the title, guys. It will stain your fingers. If you grab yourself some of these, they're just, well, you know what they look like, but they are just the tip of a rubber glove, basically. And you just roll them up your finger and bam, you got it. So I absolutely love them, and I haven't had them for ages, and now I've got them again. I'm kind of wondering why I didn't have them, why I didn't just repurchase them. But anyway, so I'm going through. This is a stencil, not a stencil, it's a stamp. Get it right. Okay, I've been really busy this morning, guys. So focus. I purchased these stamps. They're basically like a little, they're just marks. They're just some dots, some circles, some whatever. And it was a stamp set that I got from Temu, and I wanted to give it a try, and I wanted to try out these inks, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a crack. So you'll be able to see on the white paper very clearly what stamp I'm using. I decided to use different stamps on different colors, and what I'm doing with this is just adding visual interest to the arcs that are going to be on my page. So what I'm trying to show you on this layout is if you invest in some stamps, and I use cheap ones here because, let's be honest, sometimes that's what we need. We just need some cheap ones. So basically what we do from here is I wanted to show you how you could create, if you don't have the budget and you don't have a lot of money. Obviously I've used the inks and they are an investment. I will tell you that they're definitely an investment. I love this stamp, by the way. You can see it there. If you want to see all the close-ups, stick around to the end because I do a really good close-up at the end of the video. Alternatively, if you want to click in the description below, over on the Facebook group, I always put up every morning the day of the video going up. I put up the photos and I take super close-up photos. They're not the most artistic photos. They're just to show you up close what it really looks like. And I love the green. The stamp I used on the green, it is gorgeous. It really is. I was pleasantly surprised with these stamps that they're really good. They were clear. There was no chunks missing. They weren't sort of melty and sticky. They were really good. They worked a treat. I can't tell you off the top of my head how much I paid specifically for this stamp, but I can tell you all the stuff I bought from Temu, and I got a reasonably large bag. I spent $60, 60 Australian dollars, and that was including delivery, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, the only thing I will say about the team, I don't have an affiliate link. I'm not going down that route with Temu. I'm not doing that. I wanted to do it because I had quite a few of you reach out to me and ask me if I would do a review of Temu. And to me, I thought that was important because a lot of people are doing Temu orders, all that sort of stuff. I think there's a place for that in our industry, and that may sound controversial to some, but not everybody has the budget for purchasing stamps, etc., that are, you know, $30, $40 for a stamp, you know, or a stamp set. They don't have that money. I bought a floral stamp and die set and it cost me $11. So, you know, if you're talking about that kind of thing, you can always get things on special. You can always hunt around your stores, your local areas. You can do all of those things, but for the purposes of the people asking, have I bought anything from there? Have I tried it out? Do I like it? Did I hate it? My view so far is what I've tried has been, I did purchase some flat back pearls, okay? I'm just telling you all this whilst I'm putting this all together. Now, I've gone through and I've stamped everything. Now I'm just starting to, I decided to rough up the edges. Actually, I did decide to do, I wasn't going to, and then I decided to do it because I thought it might help it all sort of, it'll add to the texture. So the stamps are there for the visual texture, and you can see the purple stamps in the background. They're adding visual interest. And I thought if I do distress the edges, that'll add more visual interest. I don't make you watch me do all of the distressing. I skipped forward on that one. What was I saying? Oh, and I do a circle. I actually cut my photo into a circle. I do have the CM circle cutters, but I needed this to be the size that I made that circle. So it would fit in the center. And because I've got the long bladed shears, the Tim Holtz shears, I can get a nice straight even cut going around my circle. So I wasn't too concerned about that. And this is actually a photo that I've already used. I'm still using photos. I still haven't got my ink delivered yet. So it's been 5 days now. I'm hoping it arrives today, but there's no guarantees. And yeah, so what else can I tell you? Oh, the Temu. Okay, so back to that. Just letting you know, while I assemble this layout, I purchased a couple of plastic divider containers for my flatback pearls storage, that side, because you may have remembered I said that I'm not really a fan because you can't really close the lids and you can't open them easily for someone with their fingers like me. So I was looking for an alternative. They arrived and they were both cracked. So the way they were packaged, they were both cracked. I can still use them, but did I get what I paid for? No, because it arrived damaged. So my take from that is I simply won't order anything that is breakable like a plastic container, because they simply send it in soft packaging, not actually in a box. So that made a, sorry, I need to have a drink. I'm so thirsty this morning. It's driving me crazy. So that makes a difference. Now, all the colours that I've used, both the Distress Oxides and the inks that I've used, the VERSAFINE Clair inks, I will have all of those listed below. I don't think you really want me to run through all of them because unless you're familiar with the colours, you probably won't know anyway. So I will have all those listed in the description below. I will also have my links to my other socials in the description below. I know this is starting to turn into a bit of a longer video, but I've left it this way specifically so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I was going to, if you saw me spin this around, I actually was going to do this, the side pieces, I was actually going to have them all going out, if that makes sense. So turning their backs to, so at the moment, the pieces in the center look like brackets. I was going to flip them the other way. But doing it this way, it kind of reminded me of like a speaker, you know, like, because she was yelling as she was doing this. And I thought, you know what, that's kind of symbolic of that. So I will leave them this way and it would make more sense. Hindsight. For some reason, it just didn't quite sit how I wanted it to. And then I realized, stop overthinking it, Karen. Just put it down. It's fine. I didn't add lots of dimension to this layout because I wanted the texture to be the stamps, the distressing. That's what I wanted to show the texture. So I didn't use texture paste. I didn't do any of that because I have got people that don't like texture paste. They don't like that sort of medium. They don't like getting that messy. And I thought, well, most of us don't mind. I apologize. My dog's going to bark. Lexi. And my daughter's gone out. She's gone to watch her brother. He's made it to the state swimming. So she's gone to Chandler to watch him, and he's doing really well. He does an amazing job with his swimming. And this is her brother to her biological father, and that's her eldest brother. And her other brother has made states with gymnastics. So she's got 3 brothers. I'm pretty sure she wouldn't mind me telling you this. And yeah, so she loves to support them whenever they come down. They live up in Gladstone. So she doesn't get to see their stuff unless they come down this way. And if you know anything about Queensland, Gladstone and Caboolture are a long way away from each other. So just, yeah. So she's gone to do that. So subsequently, I don't have my dog Shusha in the lounge room. So, and there's a little bit of roadworks going on in my street today. So there you go. Now I decided to pull out the Creative Memories Classy stickers. And these are the Classy Ebony 123 ABC stickers. And again, I'll tell you, I've had these forever. I don't even know if they still buy the stickers from them. I'll have to jump on and have a look. I actually am a Creative Memories member. What do you call it? I have joined them again, but I just don't jump on there and have a look, which is pretty sad, isn't it? But yeah, so these stickers I love doing, and you've probably figured this out. I love simplicity. Sometimes I absolutely love getting in and just making it all messy and texture paste and all that sort of fun stuff. But every so often, I like to challenge myself to make it pop, but not with all the stuff. Like, just keep it nice and simple. So I don't make you sit and watch me put all these words on here, but I wanted to use words. I'm putting them down at the moment on some wax paper, and that way I can lift them straight back off, but it's also transparent, so it allows me to line up where I think I want the word to start. So generally what I do is, like for this one, it's called handspring, but I start with the center, where I want the center of the word, and then I can go backwards and forwards so that my word is lined up how I want it to be done. So I decided to go through and just put a heap of words down that are words that I hear Jen using all the time at the moment at her level. She's level 4. She's a level 4 gymnast, and she is improving. I will let you guys know she is improving. She's getting her skills. Once you get to level 4 in gymnastics, for those of you that don't know, when you go from level 3 to level 4, there's a lot more that your skills have to be bang on the money to get really good scores, right? Because she's competitive gymnast. So she's really got to work on getting those skills perfected. And level 4, she's been going up basically a level every year, pretty much. The first year she went up, I think 2 or 3 levels, but she's gone up, and she's really doing well. She's super tough on herself, like really hard on herself. But at the end of the day, I think she's doing an amazing job, and we're going to stick with level 4 again for the next comp season. And that'll give her another 12 months of perfecting these things. And hopefully next year we see a lot more amazing results. So now what have I done here? So I'm going around, I'm doing a dotted line around my border, but I didn't feel that it was enough. Once I put it down, it didn't stand out enough as an extra border. So I ended up going along and joining those dots together. So all the words on here are all words that she uses. Handspring, she does back handsprings, forward handsprings. She does, obviously, her apparatus that she has to perform every single competition is bars, beam, floor, vault. Vault is her least favorite because she doesn't have what we call strong legs. She's all muscle, and she's not a big muscle. So she's got a disadvantage against girls that are a bit older that they've grown and their muscle mass is bigger. So that's something that she has to combat, whether she likes it or not. She doesn't have a choice about that one. So she's doing really well though. I'm really happy with that. So this has turned into a big life update, isn't it? My father-in-law, I'll give you the update on that. He's doing pretty well. He's had a couple of setbacks in the last week. So I'll be heading down there again next week after I source a few more things and whatnot. But his physio is going really well at the moment. So yeah, and it's his birthday next Friday. So going down and getting him out in his wheelchair, and I'm going to take him out and have a good day for his birthday. And, you know, might take him and let him stick some money through the pokies or whatever. And he might like that. So I'll keep you posted on that. And today has been exciting news for Angela. She has been asked to participate in an additional school engineering program. So if you don't know, Ange wants to be an engineer. She's lining herself up. She's doing grade 11 and 12, and she's in grade 10 at the moment, but 11 and 12 her subjects align with going to university to become an engineer. So her engineering certificate teacher has reached out and said we'd really like her to participate in this extra certificate program. So she's doing that now on Friday afternoons instead of coming home, which is good. Gives her an extra leg up, you know, down the track, which is really good. Now, also, you know, my kids finish, our school is trialing this year finishing on a Friday at like 11:50. So they only go for a couple of hours and then they come home. But they also have the opportunity to do other things after school. You know, they can stay and do like this engineering thing. The teachers are available to do that because the other kids have all gone, which is fantastic. So that's a huge bonus for our school. Now I'm going around with some Diamonties. These are nail Diamonties. They're little clear ones. They came in this package and I've literally gone around. I fast forwarded because there is no way you wanted to sit there and watch me do 2 rows of these things. They're super tiny, but I loved how they pop and they literally go and create a beautiful frame around my photo. And this is just about it, guys. Thank you so much to listen to all my updates for the week. And I will be back Monday with another layout for you guys. And this one is done. So as you can see, super up close, you can see the stamps on top, and I've done tone on tone. So it's Distress Oxide underneath and it's VERSAFINE Clair inks on top, using all different stamps, all from Temu. So if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you jump on board. Also, I would love a thumbs up if you have gained any value from this video or from my videos. That would be amazing as well. And don't forget, my socials are in the description below, and you can jump on over there and have a look at all the still photos and share your stuff too. Thanks, guys. I'll be chatting with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.